What's quack-a-lacking? I've got these little sweet bees, these little harmless bees buzzing around me, but man, is it absolutely worth it. Look at this incredible view behind me. Wow, oh my days, let me just give you the view and take me out of it entirely. You've got to see this. So for today's video, I decided to come out to Blue Mounds State Park, just outside the town of Luverne, Minnesota. And it said that before you get to the main entrance of the park, it said that there was a visitor center. So I thought I would come to the visitor center and see if I could get a map or something to give me a look around, give me an indication, because I've never been here before and I need to kind of have a layout of the land. So I thought I would stop at the visitor center before I got started. Now, you're going to be as shocked as I was when you get a look at this visitor center, because I was not expecting this at all. But yeah, today's vlog is going to be down at Blue Mounds State Park. After I leave this area, I need to go down to the main park entrance, pay a fee, get in, and find where I'm at. And there are a few distinct points of interest within this park that I really want to try to get at least a couple of them on video, if not all of them. But I really don't know if I can find any of them, because this place has many miles of walking trails and open prairie and cliff faces and all sorts of stuff. So I don't know if I can actually encounter this stuff at all. But I'm at the visitor center. You've got to see this. Check it out. I wasn't expecting it. So there is no chance of getting a map inside this place. It's been boarded up, and I'm not sure how long it has been this way, but it's definitely not open today. I love a good abandonment though, I really do. I wish I could go inside, but I'm not into documenting those types of activities on the channel. That's not what this channel's about. But if you like an abandonment, there's one at the visitor center for Blue Mounds State Park, Luverne, Minnesota. So anyway, I have a few objectives for this week's video. One is I want to continue to try to clean up the sound quality a little bit. That was last week's objective, and I feel like it was successful, but it just wasn't right where I need it to be at yet. Last time I took it from negative 8.8 decibels down to negative 10.5, and that definitely cleaned it up a lot, but it didn't get it to where I need it to be. So I think this time I'm gonna drop it down to negative 11.1, and we'll roll with that and see what that sounds like. Second thing to work on is I need to get more focused on positioning, framing. I have a tendency to get very lazy with the way I hold this thing, because as I've said before, to do one of these videos takes me about 3.5 hours, sometimes even longer. And it has a tendency to get heavy holding this thing up that long. So I get lazy with it and I end up too close in like this sometimes. And I need to be more conscious of that. And the farther back I can hold it like this, even though this is very awkward and uncomfortable, it's really the best way, because it gives the most background view behind me, right? So better sound quality. Let's see what a negative 11.1 sounds like. Let's see if we can make a conscious effort to have more expansive background view, because I don't have a wide angle lens yet. So this is the only thing I can do, is hold it farther away. So that's what I've got to be conscious of. And then the third and final thing for this week's improvements is I have to make an effort to introduce myself in these videos, because this is week 19 and I've never once introduced myself in a video. And I've known since before the first video that I need to do that every time. And I've never done it once. And it was to the point that in one of my videos over on Quackers World, somebody in the comments had asked me about the Quackers name. And it occurred to me that I really need to make a better effort at doing this. So that's the third thing. Week 19, I hope I remember. I had intended to do it last week, but I get so sidetracked with stories and remembering dates and events and just being taken in by the scenery behind me that I just forget things sometimes, and that's what happened last week. So anyway, we have We have come full circle now. You've seen the abandoned visitor center. You've heard the plan for the day. You've seen the beautiful view behind me. I don't know if I'm going to film anything like this for the Quackers World vlog or not. It really is an incredible view though. So I feel like I might film something, and I just don't know if I will use it or not, because as beautiful as this scenery is, there's plenty more to see, and I don't want to overuse it putting it on both channels. So I might film something and I'll either use it or I won't. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, let me wrap up at this location, see if I can find the main entrance to the park. Oh, I can't believe I forgot this. One thing that happened was, after I saw the visitor center was abandoned and boarded up, I came back down to the car and started getting my stuff together, because I knew I at least wanted to film this segment here. And there were two cars rolled in from out of state while I was doing that. And so I saved them both the walk. I told them both that I'd already walked up there, the building was boarded up, and told them how to get to the main entrance. And the second one was a really nice man and woman. I think they were from Oklahoma, I don't remember, but I talked to them for a few minutes and told them about Pipestone, which I highly encourage anyone to go to Pipestone and see both the downtown area and the Pipestone National Monument. I do. So I told them about Pipestone and we talked for a minute, and they asked me if I have a YouTube. And wow, that's the first time anyone's ever asked me that when I'm out and about. And I was caught off, but I gave them one of my duck stickers. I did. I gave them the sticker that advertises the quackersworld.com. And so hopefully they will subscribe, or if nothing else, at least watch one of my videos. So I can't believe I forgot to tell you that. I almost forgot to tell you. So anyway, let me wrap this up. Let me film a little quick segment that I'm probably not going to use over on the other channel. And then I'm going to move down and see if I can find the main entrance and actually get inside Blue Mounds. Anyway, I was driving to Blue Mounds and I saw this really tiny chapel. It looked so cute, and I don't know that I'm going to include it in the vlog. I might just talk about it and layer over some B-roll and mention it briefly, but it's so cute and cool. I had to show it in a little bit more detail somewhere, so you get it over here on the Quackers Creates channel with the behind the scenes video. Just one of the random things I encountered while out making the vlog. I'm not even into the entrance of where I'm going to make the vlog yet. So yeah, let me show you this chapel though. You can actually go inside. It's cool. So check it out. It says Wayside Chapel, pause, rest, and worship. And beside that sign, there's this really, really cute little chapel. I can't impress upon you how tiny this is. It's just big enough to go inside, as we are about to do right now. Let's check this out. Wow. Look, I can get up here and give a sermon to the congregation. Wow. There is a guest book, which I have already taken the liberty of signing. There's some nice plastic stained glass windows just for the aesthetic. It's really a cool, unexpected find to have just on the side of the highway. So spin you around while I open the door. It's a really interesting find and definitely unexpected. So I just thought that I would show it to you quick here on the channel. Boy, if this scenery behind me looks familiar, that's because it is. We have come full circle, full circle. I drove a few miles to the official park entrance, and I got distracted by the tiny chapel on the way there, but I did eventually make it there, and I paid my entry fee. It's $7 for a day pass or $35 for the whole year. So I paid that so that I can park here legally and not have to worry about getting towed. And I asked the nice lady inside, because this is an incredibly huge area with miles and miles and miles of hiking path available. And there are a few things that I'm interested in finding for this video. And so I asked her for where is the best place to start, and she directed me right back to where we were at before. So At least we're parked legally this time. And I found out that the Abandoned Visitor Center is no ordinary Abandoned Visitor Center. It's actually one of the points of interest I wanted to find today. It was the home of a man named Frederick Manfred, who was a literary author most known for writing stories related to the Midwest United States. And what made him so prominent is that he coined the phrase Siouxland. Today, people in the tri-state area of South Dakota and Iowa and Nebraska, they use the phrase Siouxland to describe that tri-state area. And he is the one that came up with that phrase. And some people also call it the Siouxland Empire, but he came up with all of that, and he was an important person. And in 1972, the year before I was born, the state of Minnesota acquired his home and all of the surrounding land to create this state park, and his home became the visitor center, but they closed it in 2015. So I have all of that to go into on the video. I've been here in the Blue Mounds area for more than an hour and a half now, pushing up close to 2 hours, and I haven't even gotten started with anything. Daylight is burning, so I got to cut this and get something filmed for the Quackers World vlog, or there might not be a vlog this week. So, all right, Blue Mounds, week 19, let's go. Okay, so I showed the abandonment behind me. I told how it is an abandonment, but it's not an abandonment. As you can tell in the background, I still haven't learned my lesson about the do not disturb button, but these text messages today are very important. I don't want to miss them or forget about them because I get easily distracted. So now I'm going to wind my way around and try to get more towards the cliffs. I'm not sure what to talk about along the way. There's no story this week, and that's the thing. It drives me crazy when there is no story, so I end up focusing on this channel instead because I really need to be grounded in story, and there's just no story this week. It's just out and exploring nature, so I don't know. I got to get on to it. Whatever comes out, right? At least it's another video. Week 19. Week 19. Let's go. So we're moving along. I've walked a ways down this path, took a lot of random B-roll shots because I know that this week, since I'm going to be weak on story, in fact, story is non-existent, then I'm going to have to rely heavily on scenery and maybe lean a little bit more into music, but I already lean pretty heavily. Woo, woo. I already lean really backlighting. I already lean really heavily into music, so I can't do too much more there. But the visuals and just showing the scenery, that's going to have to be what it is. I've showed the Manfred house, which you know, and I've showed a little bit of scenes. I talked about how this area, one of the things that Blue Mounds, I should wait till I'm more in the woods to film this. No sun. Anyway, I talked about how one of the things that Blue Mounds is known for are these 100-foot cliffs, and that people come from around the country to climb these cliff faces. And so that was one thing I mentioned. And then I noticed a rock with some smooth grooves worn into it. And I don't know if I'll include that in the video unless I'm running really light on time. But I filmed and talked about how there was a glacier in this area 12,000 years ago. This is incredibly beautiful. Let me just spin around. Ooh, look at this behind me. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Wow, this is so amazing. I love this place. But I talked about how there was a glacier here 12,000 years ago, and as it receded, it left these grooves in the stone. And I may not use it because I had mentioned how at the Pipestone Monument, there are stones that look like ripples, like the sand underneath the beach water. It looks like that, and I feel like I shouldn't have mentioned that. I want to distance this location from that location because they are separate places. So unless I'm really short on time for the video, I may not include that. If I don't, maybe I'll just throw it over here so at least somebody sees it. Took the time to film it, I might as well show it, right? So I don't know, I'm just gonna explore this area. I need two things I'm looking to find. One is the bison herd, which is hit and miss. You might see them, you might not. I know where they were at the time that I paid my registration, but that was a half hour ago and they've probably moved on. But I know where they were at. And I also want to find this stone wall that's at the top of the cliffs. So those are the two things I'm really looking forward to. So I'm just kind of exploring the area and taking clips as I go along. And I really don't know what I'm going to end up with this week, but maybe this would be a good time to film the introduce myself part. Maybe this would be a good time for that since I've already forgotten, guaranteed to forget again. So let's just do that right now. And by the way, while I'm at it, if you're new here, my name is Quackers. My main channel is Quackers World. I'll put a link up at the top. On Quackers World, I just show beautiful places in the world around me, and I like to talk about the history associated with those places just to add a layer of depth. And this channel that you are watching right now is Quackers Creates, and this is just more or less a video diary of my journey in this YouTube creator process. So if you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. So now if I can just do that on the other channel, let's see if I can pull a rabbit out of the old hat and get her done. All right, I'll be back with you when I'm back. All right, so I figured out that I made a wrong turn. I was going the complete wrong direction, but thankfully it looped me back around to where I started, and I'm now on course going the path that I should have gone in the first place. Unfortunately, I have the sun behind me walking this way. I shouldn't be even filming. I should wait till I'm facing a different direction, or at least stop walking and turn around, but I'm worried about running out of daylight. I don't want to stop walking. That's my problem. I'm always getting a late start. I work overnight from 6:30 p.m. until 5 a.m. And I film on Mondays because that's my first day off. And so on Sunday night, I usually leave a couple of hours early just so that I can take a nap before I have to go out. And in my head, it works out, but somehow I always end up oversleeping and getting a late start to the day. And then I'm worried about running out of daylight while I'm filming. So it makes me feel rushed. It does. I wish I could go out earlier in the morning. And I was going to try that this morning. I was going to try to just go without sleep and just come out and film bright and early. Sleep afterwards. But I was too tired. It seemed good there for a while, but as the clock started ticking closer to time, I was like, I need to lay down. So yeah, I'm running out of daylight. But wow, I have just such amazing, incredible views behind me everywhere I go. And I'll tell you, I kind of decided to come here to Blue Mounds at the last minute, and I had considered making this week's video down in the town of Luverne, right down below, way off in the distance. And so I drove through Luverne on the way here, and wow, I cannot wait to do the Luverne video. It's like every street in town, all of the homes look like a historic district, and the downtown area is just as historic as the other places we've gone. It's incredibly beautiful. It's a cute town, but I'm really amazed by the town of Luverne. It's my first time actually. I've stopped at places close to the interstate just to exit off, get gas, that kind of stuff. I've never gone into Luverne before today, and I'm just really blown away at how beautiful that town is. I can't wait to go back, and that's probably going to be the very next video. That's how excited I am about it. But anyway, I'm walking on. I don't want this to be a 2-hour video for the behind the scenes, so I'm just going to carry on and see what I can find. I just had that thing happen where my camera stopped filming. Thankfully, I noticed it instantly this time, but now I got to question whether or not it happened during other things I filmed and I just didn't notice. Thankfully, there's no story in this week's video, so if that did happen, I'm not losing any cohesiveness like I did at Ivanhoe when I had that missing footage that I'm not even sure why I had it, but it happened again. It happened again, and that's distressing. so I saw a bison. I did. I saw a sign that had a picture of a bison and a picture of binoculars. So I was like, well, that's no good. I have no binoculars, but let's take a look. And I saw one way off in the distance, I did. But in order to even get it on film at all, I had to zoom all the way as far as I could zoom. And the trouble with that is, even in the best conditions, zooming like that is a shaky shot. But it's a windy day today, and I'm thankful it is, because it would be hot without this wind. But the combination of the zoom and wind, it's a very shaky shot. I did get it, just in case it's the only bison shot that I get. I do need to try to get a better one, and I want to walk across the field and get right up to him. I do. And I could, but I'm not going to, because I had just talked about why it is important to stay on the designated path and not go walking across these native grasslands, because it's a very delicate balance in the ecosystem and it shouldn't be disturbed. So I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to continue on down the path and see if we can see another one and see it from up closer. But at the very least, that's a technical count. That's 2 out of 3 objectives for that video. I got the Manfred house and I got a bison. Now I need a better bison and I need the stone wall. But man, it's such a beautiful place to be. It's just like right out in the middle of nowhere. I've got the whole place to myself. I feel like I'm last man on earth, which makes me wonder who's going to watch this. I guess it's just going to be up to me. But let's go. Blue Mounds State Park, Luverne, Minnesota, week 19. All right, so that was really cool. Right after I finished the last clip for this video, I walked right up on the whole herd of bison. I couldn't get as close as I would like. I mean, they are right here. I don't know if you can see behind me, but wow, they're all right there, somewhere over there. I don't know, they're somewhere. But wow, there's probably, I'd say, about 25 or 30 of them there, and there's a whole herd of 100 of them here at Blue Mounds. And so I couldn't get as close as I wanted. I still had to use the zoom, but at least it was a closer zoom. So even though it was zoomed, you could see slightly better. And yeah, I got the bison down. That's 2 out of 3 objectives. Now if I can just find this stone wall, man, we'll have the trifecta down. We will. I'm having such a good time out here walking around in the middle of nowhere. I did see two people as I was approaching the bison. 2 teenagers came by riding motorized scooters on the trail, which is 100% allowed on this trail. However, I was afraid they were going to scare the bison, make them run away, but no, the bison are unbothered. I feel like they're pretty used to seeing people out here. And in fact, let me see if I can get another shot from this side. Maybe this will be better. I don't remember what I had said about them the first time. I can't repeat the line, but I'll just make 2 shots and see which one I like better, right? Isn't that what I do? 2 of everything these days, 2 intros, 2 closes. We'll just do 2 everything. Okay, so I'm afraid I'm coming up bust on the search for the wall, which a really 150-year-old stone wall sounded like something that would be really cool to photograph, but I don't see it. I don't think it exists. I did, whew, I'm out of breath. I was just climbing all over boulders and rocks. I should have rested. But I did find the quarry with the cliffs. The people allegedly used this wall to corral bison herds into this cliff face, so they had no choice but to fall over the cliff, and it was a hunting method. And that's the story behind it. At least that's the local lore with the people from Luverne. So I wanted to show this wall and tell the story, but I found the quarry. So I told a little bit of the story using the quarry. It would have been a lot better with the wall, though, it would have. So now I have the side quest of the eclipse marker, this sundial that lines up every spring and fall. I didn't know about that until I got here. I'm not sure where it's at. 2 kids told me it's down this way. A lady told me it's back the other way where I started at, where I parked at. So I don't know. I'm just going to walk around and explore, see if I can find that. If I can't, hopefully I can edit it out of the video and not even have it mentioned. But yeah, I'm just walking around enjoying the day outdoors. It's so nice to be out in an area with not a building in sight. There's buildings in sight, but they are many miles away. So yeah, that's really nice. The day's going good, but same challenge as always. I'm running out of daylight. I'm running out of daylight. there's absolutely zero story in this video, in this week's vlog. It's just a bunch of random information. I sometimes remember to hold the camera farther away, but not always. So the backlighting is still my nemesis. Fortunately, I think I'm getting to a point where I'm going to turn around and head back the other way. So the backlighting is still an issue. Mixed success on holding the camera farther away so that I have more background behind me. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna walk around, see if I can find this eclipse sundial, whatever it is. And while I'm looking for that, I'm gonna think about how to close this video. And I need to hurry up and do my alternate intro, so I have that choice, right? Because that's why I'm always worried about the sunlight. It's not such a big deal to run out of sunlight while filming, but it eliminates that extra opportunity to make a better intro. Because now that I know how the video is coming together, I can make a better intro based on that. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's it. I'm having a wonderful time. I'm just out of breath. I am. I need to stop and rest, but I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna run out of light if I do that. So I'll check back in with you, let you know how it came together. Okay, so I filmed a close, at least to the best of my ability. It's kind of an off video this week, I feel like, but I did it to the best of my ability. I'm blinded by the sun yet again, as I always am on this channel, and on any channel. Whatever I do, I'm always blinded by the sun. But I did a close. I feel like it's a little bit of a weak close, but it closed it all up. And I decided I'm just not gonna I feel like I may sneeze. I'm not gonna do this. Oh no, oh no, don't sneeze. I don't think I'm gonna do a second intro this week. I'm just gonna roll with the one that I did at the start. I feel like I could maybe get a better one if I did a second one. But I feel off a little bit about this video anyway, so I'm just gonna roll with what I got because the sun is starting to get low in the sky. And so I need to head back towards the area where I parked so that I can see if I can find this sundial, this eclipse marker, whatever it is, so I can find that and check that out. And if so, I really want to include that in the video, and I need to do that before the sun sets because the sun is going to be setting here in a little while. So I need to find that. And if I can't find it, I'm going to do my best to just edit it out because I have mentioned it in the video, but maybe I can edit that out. Hopefully I find it and I won't have to edit it out. How about that? Let's stay positive here. We're going to find this thing. We're going to find it. And even though I've already filmed the close of the video, we're going to include that. We are. So but yeah, that's about it. I just want to get back to closer towards where I parked before the sun gets any lower. I want to see if I can find that, and I guess that's about it. It really is. There's not a lot here this week. I mostly just wanted to go back out into a nature setting to get a break away from downtown. I love doing the downtown videos, and I'm going right back into that with the next one. Because I like doing them. I love these towns and I like to show them. They look very interesting and it's something very scenic to look at. But sometimes I just like to be out in a place like this. I mean, just look behind me. Look at this. Who wouldn't want to be in a place like this? Especially, you know that there's bison around. I mean, there's a gate right here with word bison written right on the gate. Let me walk over and show you real quick before we wrap it up. Man, if only I had driven, I could open this gate. Check it out. Ooh, if I can get in, there we go. So yeah, that's about that. I'm gonna walk along this fence row here, and if I can come across the bison again, maybe I'll get a closer shot. I don't know how long this path follows the fence before it deviates, but we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I'm gonna walk back to the car and I'm gonna wrap this up. and I'm going to try again. I think my next video is probably going to be to come back to Luverne, because I'm just blown away at how beautiful that town is. I really am. I feel like that's going to be my next video. And being that Blue Mounds here is just outside of Luverne, it's kind of a natural continuation anyway, so that will work out. So anyway, that does it for this week's Behind the Scenes. It does. I'm sorry that it's a little bit different this week, but it is what it is. It's in the books. If you're seeing this, that means that you saw the whole thing. So I just want to say thank you for that. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you don't mind, please tap the subscribe button below, or maybe just give the video a quick thumbs up. Neither one of these things cost you anything at all. And they really do help give the video a little bit of a push in the algorithm, help it get seen by more people. So anyway, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate you. I love you all. Quackers out. This week, do not disturb, Quackers. You always forget to do not disturb. All right, let's try this again. And Mr. Manfred was the one who came up with that phrase. Man, I'm just babbling and stumbling over my words. Let's just do this again. Boy, let's do it again. Let's try to do it without so much babbling. First and foremost, well, not foremost, blah, blah, blah. Let's just blah, 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 blah. It wasn't first and foremost. Let's back up. Back up. Let's just go from right here. Far away, far away, far away. Loud truck. There's always loud trucks on this channel. This time there was two loud trucks.